Well, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. So I've just finished watching a really good movie, a favorite of mine actually, starring Brad Pitt, Anthony Hopkins, and Aidan Quinn. It's called Legends of the Fall. Not sure, I forget which year it came out, not quite sure what year it came out. What I will say is I really love this movie. It's a really unique movie and it's really real. I find that there's not a lot of traditional story tropes used in this movie. There's some really kind of different and unique ideas and characters brought forth in this story, and I think one of the reasons it seems kind of different is because it's not really like a movie. It's very real. It's a very honest depiction, and my favorite thing about the movie is that the landscape cinematography. This is top notch, beautiful landscape cinematography. This is the cinematography. This is the kind of thing where you can just tell from looking at it. This is actually on location. They're here. They're really where they're filming, and what you see happening in that frame is what was happening in nature at the time of filming, which those are my favorite kinds of movies. I love that about this movie. This movie does it, really, really well. One of the best to do so, actually. It's really heavy. It deals with some really, really heavy subject matter, and some really emotional stuff, and some, very, very gut-punching subject matter, really. And it portrays it so honestly and so brutally honest, really, and like I said, just really real. And it's kind of a whole bunch of genres blended into one. It's a historical drama. It's a romance. It's an adventure. It's actually, it deals with some heavy subject matter, and it's all kinds of different genres, but it's definitely a very, very heavy adventure-based movie. There's definitely a lot of adventure tropes in this, and it gives off that kind of adventuristic vibe, right? I think the two best acting performances in this film are, I think actually second would be Brad Pitt, even though he's the main character. I would say second would be Brad Pitt, and then Anthony Hopkins, at least earlier on in the movie, the first half of the movie. I think Anthony Hopkins, this is actually one of my favorite characters he plays, and one of my favorite movies that he was in, really, actually, to tell you the truth. One of my favorite actors too. I always liked Anthony Hopkins, and then second would be Brad Pitt. This is one of his best movies too. This is definitely on the list of one of his best performances out there. And I really like the character he plays. I mean, they really chose a fictional character, but they really chose an interesting character to center around in this film. Yes, and as far as things to say on the negative side about it, there's actually not a whole lot. I don't have a whole lot to say negative about this. There's a few scenes that are cheesy. Like, there's a few scenes that, everything in the story works, and even the scenes that are cheesy, like you're still emotionally attached to it. You still get what the filmmakers are going for, but sometimes there can just be that odd moment where you're like, oh, okay, like there's the odd Hollywood-esque kind of trope coming through here, right? But yeah, other than that, I think it's a really great movie. It's definitely one of my favorites, and I have no problem giving it an A+. And as for the cheese grading, I'm going to give it a good cheese. I'm going to give it aged cheddar. My favorite, aged cheddar, 100%. It's, like I said, the few scenes that are cheesy, they're good cheesy, 100%. You're still just as attached to what's going on as if it weren't. So yeah, that's my review for Legends of the Fall, everybody. Hope you enjoyed, and please come back for more.